Baby, been feeling poorly. I've been dealing with stress. Why don't we go out tonight? Put on your favorite dress. Let's drive into the night, into the light. Let's drive. Put on an old blues song. Let all our worries be gone and drive.
Hey guys, great to see you. Joe here, and welcome to another video. Thank you very much for joining me. Okay, so there you heard my rendition of Joe Bonamassa's Drive. I think this is a really nice track actually. And I haven't done this type of thing before where, you know, there's been multiple tracks. And also I've done a couple of backing tracks to go with this, so you can practice the different elements within the song. Okay, I'll talk to you about that a little bit later on in the video and explain what all that kind of stuff is about, because I want to try and show you how you can get a whole lot more from any lessons you really have, to be honest, if you apply these things that I tell you throughout the video. Okay, because what I'm noticing is that over the years with the students that I've taught, the ones who kind of tend to do best are the ones who explore a little bit. So they may not just learn one song after another, but rather they will explore each song. Once they've learned the song, they might explore different avenues within the song, different places they can play things and all these type of things. And that is really an invaluable skill, which is important to build to help you be a complete musician. If you're playing with other people, it's very, very helpful. If you're writing your own songs, it's very helpful. And if you're just jamming along with backing tracks, it's kind of helpful. So it's not something that you really want to overlook. And so for that reason, we're going to cover some of these topics within the lesson. So let's do what I usually do, and we'll zoom in and I'll start explaining it to you. Okay, so the first thing we're going to take a look at is the rhythm. That's obviously the starting point with this one. Now there are just three chords: E minor, A minor, and B minor. That's all you've got to think about with the rhythm track. Now, like I was saying earlier, if you want to get the most out of the lesson, then think of other ways you can play those chords. Okay, so when we kind of strum the song, the right hand is just going up and down. There's nothing unusual happening there really. It's just a question of some strums are a little bit louder than others, and that's called dynamics, and that's something you definitely want to have in your playing, okay? So some soft, some a little bit louder, and it gives that real kind of nice feel to your playing. So as I say, we have the E minor. And another thing that I did on this track was take the fingers on and off as I'm playing the chords, and that adds another little kind of dimension to things, so it sounds like this. As opposed to just going adds a little bit of interest, yeah? So you have to the A minor, back to the E minor, then we go to the B minor, when I played this track, I used a capo, which is also another interesting thing to do, and you can get kind of different tones on the guitar. And I put that on the 7th fret there, and then for my E minor chord, I actually played an A minor shape, which you'll be familiar with, that. And that is the same as an E minor. And if you play a D minor shape, you have an A minor. And if you play an E minor shape, you have a B minor. So you just got to think of that capo as like a bar, yeah? And if you did, then it would look much more like a E minor, wouldn't it? Okay? So I played it up here. So, like I say, this is one of the ways in which you can get a whole lot more from the lessons, and that really opens up your knowledge of the fingerboard. Okay, so that's your kind of rhythm track, and there's not a whole lot more to say about that. So if you have any questions on it, you can always drop me a line below and I'll try and get back to you about that. So we'll move on to the next part now, which are the riffs. And just before we do that, with the rhythm track, okay, once you've got the rhythm and you're playing along with the rhythm backing track, then you can try some of your different chord positions, and then that way you'll find you're complementing what I'm playing. So as I say, I was playing up here, so maybe don't play that position, and if you play here, you know, you're going to complement that backing track, so it makes you start thinking outside the box, as it were. Okay, and then when you feel your rhythm is good and in time, then you can practice with the riff backing track and just see how good your timing is, and see if you can just get all the riffs falling nicely along with your rhythm guitar, because it's just the riffs on the riff backing track. So let's move on to the riffs now, and let me show you those. Okay, so first off, let me run through the riff one time, and then I'll break it down and explain it all to you, okay? So you can hear the timing of how it all slots together. Okay, so for those of you who couldn't see what was going on there, let me explain it to you, okay? We start on the 7th fret and we play the 6th string followed by the 5th string. Then we stay on the 5th string and we play the 9th and 10th fret. So you put those 4 notes together and you have. Then on the 5th string we play 7 to 10. And then on the 4th string we play 7, and then we go back to the 5th string and play on the 7th. So you just basically added so yeah, if you put that together, then you've got one more time. Now the next part of the riff is exactly the same, only it's all moved down a string. So we have Yeah, exactly the same, just all moved down. So that means we stay on the 7th fret and we play the 5th string followed by the 4th string this time. Then we add, whilst we're on the 4th string, the 9th and the 10th. Okay, and then we play the 7th fret again, 4th string, then the 10th fret, and then we go on to the 3rd string and put the 7th fret, and back to the 4th string, 7th fret. Yeah, so that's the same, just move down. We have then it goes back to that lick. And then it drops down to the 2nd fret, 5th string, followed by the 6th string, 2nd fret again. So you have, then we go up to the 3rd string, 5th fret, and that's just the 7th fret, 4th string. So, and it goes back to that lick. And you've gone round one loop there, in effect. That's the whole lick. Okay, so returning to our point about exploring things a little bit more, if you can play those licks in various positions around the fingerboard, you're really doing yourself a big favor. Okay, so I've shown you here, for example, you can play it here, you can play it here, you can play it here. Now if you can do that with all of those licks all over the place, those kind of things really broaden your horizons on the guitar and really bring on your playing really, really quickly. So you might like to do some of that. So that is the lick in effect. But one thing I want to add, which is very important, and that is when you're practicing this lick with the rhythm guitar backing track, counting is very, very important, because this lick comes in quite an unusual place. So what you have if you're counting is you have 1, 2, a 1, 2. Okay, and you'll hear that counting on the backing track. So one more time it goes 1, 2, a 1, 2. Because it comes in before the rhythm guitar. Okay, so that's an important point worth mentioning. So guys, I hope that keeps you busy for a little while. At the moment I'm working on the solo, and so that will be coming your way shortly. And not just the solo, but trying to give you again some ideas as to how you can come up with your own licks for this song and things like that. So thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon. And if you have any questions, drop me a line below. Take care.